What's up, Giuntoli? Alberto here. This is the HAC, your channel locked in on everything Juve. June 23rd, I've got all the latest news. We're going to kick things off with what's circulating around Soule, okay? So the latest reports today suggest that Thiago Motta wants Soule to remain at Juve for the 24-25 season. Now the issue becomes Giuntoli simply cannot promise that, and he cannot do that for multiple reasons. The first clear-cut and obvious one is, can Giuntoli acquire the targets he wants for this Juve side going into next season without factoring in the big sale that Soule represents and the fact that it is practically all pure profit? I'm not so sure he can do that, especially with Coop Miners and even Calafiori. If we're looking for both of those guys legitimately, then Soule would have to be sold, it looks like. The other factor is, with Chiesa's situation unknown, and actually by each passing day seems more and more likely that we are going to say goodbye to him, the targets in behind for the attack are going to be key and critical in this decision, and who we can land should Soule get moved. So those are the factors tying into whether or not Giuntoli can actually give Motta Soule going into next season. As far as some of these targets, Karim Adeyemi is listed as one of them, continues to be linked, and he today is reported to be one of the main alternatives should we move on from Soule. And we've heard that the price tag is at 30 million euros minimum before Borussia Dortmund even sits down at a table. So we will see. But it is reported that Giuntoli back in 2020, according to Mirko Di Natale, had gone as far as even having meetings with Adeyemi's entourage about bringing him to Napoli. So Giuntoli does admire that player and his profile. As far as Greenwood, another name we were hearing to come in and bolster the attack. Today, the reports come in that Juve has all but abandoned the move for Greenwood, and yes, it is due to the off-field issues, all right? However, this has only come from La Repubblica, and we're waiting for stronger sources to share the same news, but according to them, it is going to be abandoned by Juventus. Now we get to Thuram. This is the latest exciting rumor for Juventini as we want to see him brought in. Well, that deal could get much, much sweeter. Almost too good to be true, as the latest report suggests that Kean and or Milik could be used in the move for Thuram. And today, Tuttosport claims that Nice has interest in Milik. Okay, so if we could bring in Khéphren Thuram and offload one of those players, Kean or Milik, in this move, that would be absolutely brilliant from Giuntoli. So we continue to have eyes on this, all right? And especially factoring in adding one of them and only going as far as 10 million euros on top of that to seal this one would be fantastic. We will have all eyes on that. But Moise Kean could be used in another move, as the reports today suggest that Calafiori, Bologna is going to stand firm on their valuation. However, there is willingness there to accept counterparts, and we know they're one of the sides interested in Moise Kean. So Juve going to start to look at that. And of course, with Bologna wanting 50, Juve looking at 30, you're probably going to meet somewhere in the middle. And if, again, we could use one of these players we're looking to offload to bring in one of our top targets, that would be fantastic. So all eyes on Moise Kean, Milik, and then of course Thuram and the ongoing saga with Calafiori. Now, as far as fullbacks go, Wendell, Porto's 30-year-old fullback, comes back into the rumor mill for Juve. He has long been linked with Juventus, actually even before Giuntoli had arrived. Now, with him being on an expiring contract in 2025, there is the rumor he could be available for 7 million euros, and that Giuntoli might actually take that market opportunity to get some help at the fullback position. So eyes on Wendell as well. Then we get to Szczesny. It is reported that it is down to the final details between Al Nassr and Juventus, but the deal is expected to go down and could be announced very, very soon. But it is expected Szczesny will be heading to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. And that is your news break to today. You guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join our AJC army, all right? But the best part is mixing it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about all the Juve news you just heard today, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Until tomorrow's edition, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus, ciao tutti.